guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Thursday. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Thursday, guys. Okay, guys, transparent moment. I'm so backed up on your requested topics. Please give your girls some grace. Don't judge me, because you're probably going to be like, well, where's my recording? I'm going to try. I have a busy weekend, so I'm going to try to catch up on recordings next week. But in this particular, I'm laughing because I got 3 reminder emails about this topic from my good brother. I guess I forgot. I did forget, if I'm honest. But so basically, he's going through a divorce or separation, not sure. And the woman that he quote unquote married is completely opposite of who she is now going through this divorce. So he's trying to understand what shifts in a woman's mind. How do you go from like just loving and serving and all that stuff that we are to just very dismissive, things like that. And I'm sorry, bro. I don't have your email pulled up. Okay, so I'm going to tie a few things in with this. Now, again, we all know men and women are different. I typically say, for one, it's never all. It's always some, most, etc. But typically, women grieve within the relationship, right? Grieving means hurting, processing, releasing, things like that. Women typically grieve within the relationship or the marriage. Men typically grieve after the fact, meaning once she's gone. So again, we all know women and men are different. So I know sometimes it's hard to really understand, because it's definitely, even though I'm great at receiving things from different perspectives, it just means I can understand it. It doesn't mean I agree with it, but I can understand your point. So we know women and men are different. Okay. So as a woman, I have a hard time, even though I can understand it, but I have a hard time trying to understand why don't some, all caps, some men don't honor and respect and do everything in their power while they have the woman, versus trying to play catch up and do all those things after she's gone. Again, this is not all men, because there are men who recognize what they got and they're going to do everything in their power not to lose that, right? But here's the thing. As a woman, we are naturally, now again, it's never all, because I know some women are not really, right? But we are naturally nurturing. We are naturally loving, caring, serving. That's one thing. Speaking of serving, so he saw my video a couple of days ago, and I think I said, well, no, I know I said in part of the video, oh, I will serve you. I'm a server. Now I was speaking in general, but I will serve a man. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm not that chick. I will serve a man. Strong woman or not, I will serve a man, right? But I was actually speaking in general. But women are naturally servers. But let's be real here. Again, for me, I'm talking about all caps, man. M-A-N, honey, a grown man. All man, I will serve you, sir. What you need, boo, I got you. Point blank, period. Right? Because you said she wasn't a server. But did you create that environment? Again, every woman is different, just like every man is different. But most women's natural desire is to serve her man. But the atmosphere must be created for that. For example, that can look like, every man is different. Right. So let's just say, for example, some men like a home cooked meal 7 days a week. Well, I mean, she can't be working like, 40, 50 hours a week and you want home cooked meals. I mean, So there have to be a balance, if you will, or you can't expect for her to submit. Ladies, just ride with me, right? There's different definitions of that word, but you can't expect her to submit if she don't trust you. That will never happen. Once that trust is broken, honey, she not submitting to anything you say, because in order for a woman to submit or just chill out, whatever term you want to use, she has to trust your lead. So if she doesn't trust you, if you've broken trust, how can she submit? She's now in her fight or flight, right? She now has to protect her own feelings because you fumbled, you dropped her feelings. So now she goes into, I guess, what some would call masculinity or masculine mode. It is what it is. You didn't protect her, so she got to protect herself. So get in where you fit in, point blank, period. So we naturally give that. If you notice in the beginning, a woman is, again, hear me, please ride with me. This is not for everybody. But if you notice in the beginning, a woman will shut her whole life down just to please you, serve you, things like that. You notice the change in her. Now, again, different perspectives, because I know some women can get comfortable, just like men get comfortable. They start one thing, right? And then they get comfortable in the relationship, and then they no longer do that. I'm not speaking about that in particularly right now. I'm speaking more about what you're speaking about is because you broke that trust, right? She caught you cheating several times. And even though y'all stayed together, she don't trust you. See, this is why I can't stay with somebody who cheated, because it's almost like you can almost never get back. I won't say never, because I mean, some people, I'm sure it's a very, very small percentage that maybe can make it work and kind of just release that thing where my peace will be too disturbed. So now I'm going to disturb your peace. So we know men like peace, honey, but you disturb my peace. So I'm going to disturb your peace. Speaking of peace. Right? If you want peace, create that environment. You can't be out here disturbing the peace, doing things to disturb the peace, right? Where you have her spirit all in chaos and all disturbed, right? So now she's in fight or flight. She's on edge. She's not trusting you. But you want peace. Make it make sense. It makes no sense. A woman can only give you peace. Different perspective. We're not talking about just your average toxic chick, right? In order for a woman to give you peace, that environment must be peaceful. If you bring chaos and drama, let it be through cheating or just not showing up or whatever, that environment is not going to be peaceful. I'm sorry. Unless she's a woman who's just going to suck it up and take it, which a lot of men like. I won't say like, but a lot of men would probably prefer. Well, maybe like, I don't know. I'm just not that chick. I'm not sucking anything up. I'm sorry. Pressure bust pipes. I'm not about to sit here and have no stress attack behind. No. Meeting of the minds, sir. Meeting of the minds. Because you broke that trust, you change the dynamic of the relationship or marriage in your case. You change that. So you change her. So that serving, loving, nurturing person that you got initially no longer feels safe and protected, emotionally fulfilled to keep doing that. So it's not that she was two different people, if you will. You, accountability here, you shifted the dynamic. And she became toxic. She became, now you can't trust her. Well, truth of the matter is, I mean, that can go both ways. Maybe you don't trust her because you assume she's going to do exactly what you were doing. Now your chest hurt. Make it make sense. So it's no telling if she's doing anything. I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm not in your household. But that can be at your own conscience. You think she's doing exactly what you were doing to get you back, etc., etc. Maybe, maybe not. So it's not that she is two different people. I mean, I guess she's not two different people. But listen, we all, if you're going to be honest and transparent, we all have different sides to us. I tell people all the time, don't get it twisted. Please don't get it twisted. At my core, I am the most loving, giving, serving, pure spirit you will ever meet. Well, not just me, all my chosen ones here. Y'all know how we are. But I don't know why people tend to think that we don't have another side to us. Everybody have a different side to them. It just takes certain people to bring that out. See, the thing about a chosen one, truth of the matter is, you don't ever want to get on their bad side, because there is something. Hopefully we can stay tapped in and stay in the spiritual realm, honey. But if we ever get up out in our flesh on that other side, it will be worse than your average person. Because see, loyalty runs in our veins, right? Love runs in our vein. So it's almost like, because we give our all, most people don't give their all. A chosen person gives their all in the beginning and throughout. So once you burn us, you hurt us times 2. Because we love deeper, we serve deeper, right? So we hurt deeper. So you mess around and catch us in our flesh after betraying us, listen. So please stop thinking that people with great hearts or chosen ones are like, they can just lay down and allow you to walk over them and you can constantly, child, I don't know who made that up. I don't know who made that up. And chosen ones, don't even lie. Y'all already know, honey. Y'all already know. When somebody cross us and we're in our flesh, oh, you already know. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. Try me not. Try me not, right? Ooh, child. Child. So my brother, I'm not going to make an excuse, okay, for her behavior, meaning you're saying she's just off the chain right now, right? I'm not going to make excuses for her behavior per se. Here's why. Accountability goes both ways. Versus her now tainting her character, let it be whatever she's doing, what you said she's doing. Accountability on her part was to walk away from you after you done what you did, heal and move on, right? That's accountability. You did this, so I'm leaving, right? Or not leaving, I'm sorry. She chose not to leave for whatever reason. She chose not to leave. So that's accountability on her part. So now everything, all the drama, all the chaos, all that stuff like that, right? So I'm not making excuses for it. But again, you created the dynamic. You changed the dynamic of it. She's no longer interested. A woman cannot pour in, serve, all that stuff. Listen, I was having this conversation just last week, actually. 2 weeks ago. I think men and women can learn so much from each other, right? Stay away from these toxic podcasts. It's like each side have a legitimate argument. If you can turn off emotions, each side has a legitimate argument about each other. The problem is no one listens to each other. No one communicates effectively. So everyone's just in attack mode. Now, I don't have time for that personally. Like, really, because men need certain things. Women need certain things. Men need, all caps, need sex. Men need respect, among some other things, I'm sure. Women need, all caps, need to trust you. She need to feel, excuse me, emotionally fulfilled. A woman's body will literally reject you when she can't trust you, when she's not emotionally fulfilled. Listen, let me just tell you guys, I don't even mean to like get up. Well, we're all grown. We're all grown. Typically, men have arguments, and I get it, because again, men need sex. Ladies need, all caps, need, they need it. It's crazy, but it's reality. The same way we need to feel safe, we need to trust them, we need to be emotionally fulfilled. That's how they feel. They need sex. So I say all that to say, when you keep hearing a woman tells you that she's tired, she has a headache, she don't feel like it, she's not in the mood. Now, different perspectives here, right? She may be tired. She, working, got kids, all this other stuff going on. I'm sure there's times she's just physically tired. But the majority of the time, when a woman is rejecting you, she's tired, she's this, that, and the third, her body has shut down. So please, brothers, don't interpret it as something's wrong with you. Maybe you're not good enough. This, that, different perspectives. A woman's body will reject you when she don't trust you. We are emotional. We connect emotional. How can you just open up, no pun intended, how can you just, oh God. I'm trying to be grown with this thing, and I'm trying to keep it cute, but like, because I know I got some churchy, holy rollers over here listening. So I'm trying to like, I'm trying to like help my brother to understand, but I'm still trying to like keep it respectful, because I feel like somebody side-eyeing me and judging me, right? Whew, child. Most time when a woman is telling you no and she's turning her back to you, she don't trust you, and she do not feel emotionally fulfilled. I hear men ask me all the time, make it make sense. What is emotionally fulfilled? That don't even make sense, because we're different, right? Emotionally fulfilled is a number of things. Basically, you can tap into her emotions. Of course, men most times are not emotional being, but rather than just shut her down and like just like tell her she's nagging or whatever, ask questions. Like, what do you mean by that? How can I help you with whatever emotional situation you got going on? Tell me logically what I can do to assist you. Sisters, I know it's a headache. Why we got to tell them when it's common sense? It's really not common sense. We're wired differently. Right? So if you're on overload and you feel like depression is creeping up on you because you have no help with the kids, work is crazy, seasonal depression, you don't trust them, something's going on, you can feel it in your spirit, you can't sleep at night, you got to verbally express that. Well, what is it that you need? You have to literally tell him and ask him, or like meeting of the minds, here's what you can do to make me feel right? Don't shut me down. I know I'm getting on your nerves, but please just listen. Because if I'm talking about sex, if I'm talking about the game, if I'm talking about what's for dinner, you're going to listen. So can you please listen to my emotions right now? Right? I'm all over the place. Can't you just listen? And not turn the remote on when I'm talking? Child, it's a whole mess, honey. I don't know what God... It's a whole mess. Women and men are so different. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know how you can reel that back in, because it's something with the woman. Once she's gone, she's gone. I can't explain it to you. It's only because, again, the only thing that can help you is in your next relationship, your next situationship, whatever you have going on, right? If that's what you decide to do, take this as a lesson. Remember, everything is a lesson learned. Appreciate, right? If she's a good woman coming to you, appreciate her while you're in it, versus taking it for granted and trying to play catch up after the fact. Everything that you're willing to do right now, let's go to counseling. Let's do this. Here's my passwords. I won't go out anymore. I won't da 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 da. The stuff you're willing to do after the fact, it's important to do those things within it, if that's what she needs and if that's what the issue is at hand. But you can't do it after the fact, because after the fact to us is a slap in the face, because it's like, oh, so you really could have put more time in. You just didn't want to. Oh, you really could have such and such. You just didn't want to. Because if you're willing to do it now, that means you could have done it all along. You just didn't see it as a necessity, when it really is a necessity for us. So again, this dynamic of women hating men and men hating women is really because we're not understanding each other. We're just not. I'm telling you, as a woman, we grieve within the relationship. Each time you hurt us, it's a grief, right? Each time you shut us down, it's a grief. Like we're grieving throughout it. Think about all the times this woman I complained, or quote unquote nag, or sat you down and told you something ain't right. Da, 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 da. Each one of these things is an offense. So she grieves it. Especially when y'all don't make the corrections when we bring it to your attention. Most times, some men won't. They almost just write it off. They write it off like, oh, well, you're not going anywhere, or this, that, and the third. So you left open wounds. So she's grieving this within the relationship, and you don't even know it because you're too busy just doing whatever you do. You're not getting it. So when it's time for her to leave, she's already grieved it. So it's not that it's always so easy for women to walk away, that some men typically think like, oh, you just walk away. Like, I was going to be in this thing for the rest of my life. And like, I just couldn't even see it end without you. Child, if you would have paid attention, you would have picked up on those cues when you were in the relationship, that she was getting tired of your foolishness and that she was getting turned off. How you want to sit here and have somebody go through all that stress just to climb in the bed, and you want to touch somebody? Oh my God, sir, if you don't go downstairs. Oh my God. Whoo, child, if you don't go downstairs. I don't even know how I got here. I'm so confused. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be talking about, what the topic was. Oh, child. I guess I just had a vent session or something. My good brother. My good brother. Oh, child. It's okay. You're not perfect. Right? You're not perfect. Just be careful. Because God deals with us differently when we may have, did something one time, hurt a person. Like, it wasn't like intentional, But when you are intentionally doing something, like, that this person, and you keep doing the same thing, and you keep doing the same thing, and maybe you ask God for forgiveness, and you keep doing the same thing, and you're putting that, like, you're torturing that person. But you got to listen. We all have to deal with the repercussions of, that's not something you'll be able to escape, right? But it is what it is. You did say you think you say you think she found somebody else, and you and your feelings because this man is very successful. Listen, excuse me. See, I don't think people really know what love truly is when you say you love a person, right? As hard as this will be to hear, it's true. If you really love a person, you will truly rather that person go on to be happy with someone else if you yourself are not in a position to create a healthy, wholesome relationship or marriage or whatever, right? Versus you trying to keep getting somebody back, knowing you haven't put the work in yet to level up, right? To master the art of discipline. Why would you want to keep bringing her back into your foolishness if you love her? So you love her, but you want to keep hurting her? Make it make sense. So sometimes love is truly releasing people, no matter how difficult it is to walk away, because you know you can't give them what they deserve. Oh, I've done that a couple of times. But when you are intentionally playing with people's feelings, intentionally accepting proposals, even though you know that man is not, because you want it just because you want a fancy wedding, or when you are intentionally playing with people's feelings because maybe he got money and you don't, you're intentionally playing with people's feelings because maybe you really don't love this woman, but you love the way she treats you. Speaking of that, sis, listen. We got to get y'all. How long have I been talking? Because this video, child, I think I didn't talk about 25. Oh my goodness. Whoo, child. Let me say this really quickly. My good sisters, we got to get out of this habit where we keep thinking that men love like us, like through emotions, right? Like we're all emotional loving them. Men just don't love like that. Men love more by providing, protecting, things like that. But here's what you want to always do. And I know my good sis, because you're the chosen one, honey. You already know how he gets down. You want to serve him in every single way. Because people typically will miss the way you treated them versus, I mean, they may miss you. They're going to miss a chosen one because it's just that our energy and our spirits, our people love to be around us per se, right? They feel the healing energy, all that stuff. So they like to be around us. But typically, in general, people are going to miss you more because of the way you treated them. This is why I tell people, stop matching energy. Now, sometimes you got to match energy. Well, yeah and no. If you know, you know. Get in where you fit in. Sometimes you got to match energy, but when you treat and love on a person and love on a person and love on a person, first of all, that's rare. That's rare. So why you think they're going to find a lifetime trying to replace you? Why you think your exes keep harassing your nerves? Because you're that cute? You ain't that cute, boo. We ain't that cute. I'm a firm believer in treating people top notch until you give me a reason not to. If I don't have a reason, oh, I'm going to serve you. What you need, sir? Because when I walk, oh, you're going to have hell trying to replace me. My good sis, yeah, listen. And we're talking about men now. We're talking about all caps, M-A-N, right? Talking about a certain kind of man, right? You just don't know a certain kind of man. What will he miss about you? Sex? I mean, he can get sex anywhere. Truth be told. Probably been doing it all along anyway. Right? What will he miss about you? You got to set the bar so high that you're not easily replaceable. Don't match energies. treat them well. And I mean real well. Because when you walk, like my good brother, who's who I'm responding to right now, who's listening right now, right? Y'all, this went all the way left. And it is what it is. I gotta go. I was supposed to leave at this house 15 minutes ago, honey. This recording is 30 minutes long. I gotta go. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.